Hello everyone. So before going to the next topic of projection of points and the lines, so it is very important to make you understand the concept of projection. What is projection? What is orthographic projection? What are the different views? What are the different angles? What are the different planes in the orthographic projection? So that is the reason I have created this video to make you understand the concept of these topics. So also I have used the presentation mode to make you understand these topics because it was very difficult to make you visualize the objects and the views by means of the board. So that is the reason I have created this video by means of presentation mode. Hope you will like it and you will be understanding the concept of projection. So the aim of my video is to make you understand the concept of projection. So what is projection? Then what are the types of projections? So we will be going only for the names, what are the different types of projections, and we will be focusing on the orthographic projection. Then how the views are placed, how the views are located in the first angle and the third angle of orthographic projection. So these are my content which I have kept. So okay, starting with the projection part. So what is projection? So basically when we have heard the word projection, so the things come in our mind is the image or the shadow of any object, right? So the projection is to convert the three-dimensional object into a two-dimensional image, right? How it's going to be converted is, so each and every object which we see around us is generally a three-dimensional object. So if we take a mobile also, if you see a mobile, that is a 3D object which is having some length, which is having some width, and which is having some thickness. So each and every component is 3D around us, right? So if and we are drawing on a sheet and we are drawing the views, we are drawing the objects in our sheet, and sheet a plain sheet, right? It's a two-dimensional sheet. So in that case, it is required to convert that 3D object so that we can represent the image on that sheet. So the projection is an act, you can say it's a process of converting the 3D object into a 2D image so that we can easily draw in our sheet. So how it has been done? So it is done by means of the few parameters you can see from the image, like there should be one light source which is generally named as observer, right? So there will be an object and there will be a screen. So the projection means when you see any object, when an observer sees any object, right, the rays coming from the eyes, the rays coming from the eyes that should fall on the object. So these are the rays which is termed as line of sight, or the projector which is written in the bracket. So these are the rays coming from the eyes and these rays are falling on the object, right? So when you see any object, so the rays coming from the eyes that should fall on the object. At the back, suppose there is a screen. So the image which is going to appear on the screen of that object, when you see the object at the back, there is a screen image which is going to be obtained on the back screen of that particular object. So that is called its projection. So that will be its projection, right? So observer is seeing the object and at the back there is a screen, image is going to be projected on the screen. So this completely the term, the completely the process, this is called as projection. So there are many terms which I have used here, which I will be using in the upcoming topics of the engineering drawing. So we must be very careful and we must be familiar about the terms. So the first term is observer, right? So this is the observer who is going to look that object. So the observer is going to look the object. Second, the ray of sight, you can say, or the line of sight, the rays coming from the eyes, that is basically called the projectors. So these are the ray, or you can say the line of sight, which are termed as projector. Object, you should be very familiar with the object. The object should be well defined. You should know the entire description of your object. So you should be familiar with your object. What is your object? You must know your object. And screen, the screen which I have used the word is basically called the plane of projection. So the image is going to project on a plane that is called the plane of projection. So projection is simply when you see any object, so the image which is going to project on the screen, or you can say the plane, that is called the concept of projection, right? So terms. So terms which you have to keep in your mind, that is very important. So already I have discussed, like the first is observer. So you must know observer is the person who can say, or the light source who is going to visualize that object, right? Line of sight or the projectors. So when you see any object, so the rays coming from the eyes which are falling on the object, that are called projectors. Plane. So the image which is going to appear on the screen, when you see an object, so that screen is basically termed as plane of projection, right? Plane of projection. View. Now the image, which I am using, image, that is termed as view. So in term of engineering drawing, you can say the image is basically the view which you are obtaining on the screen, that is view. So this is all about the projection. So this is the concept of projection. Again, I'm repeating, when you see any object is a 3D, right? So when you see any object, the projectors or the line of sight are falling on the object. At the back there is a screen. So the image or the view which is going to appear on the screen, that will be in 2D in nature. So this entire process is called projection, where you have converted a 3D object into 2D image, right? And the image is called the view. Okay, so the terms which you have to keep in mind, already I have told, please keep in mind these terms like observer, projectors, plane of projectors, and the view, because these keywords I am going to repeat again and again in the entire projection part of engineering drawing. Entire observer, projectors, plane of projections, and the view. So now coming to the classification of projections, there are so many types of projections, but the main which we talk about, the main category is the parallel projection, and the second is perspective projection. So these are categorized on the basis of the projectors, or you can say the line of sight, right? So parallel means when the projectors or the line of sights are parallel to each other. When the line of sights are parallel to each other, when you see any object and the line of sight are parallel to each other, so that is called the parallel projection. And when the line of sight are not parallel to each other, they must be converging at a point and not parallel, so that is called perspective projection. So under the category of parallel, there are again so many projections. The first is orthographic and the second is oblique. Okay, and again in the orthographic there is multi-view. There is a multi-view projection, and the second is axonometric projections. Again in the axonometric type, again they are classified as isometric, dimetric, and the trimetric. So coming back to the oblique, oblique again is classified as cavalier and the cabinet. Okay, now coming to the non-parallel, which is perspective type, there are again three types at 1 point, 2 point, and the 3 point projections. Now these are the types of projection, but we will be focusing, which we are going to focus in our engineering drawing syllabus. If I talk about the syllabus of engineering drawing, so we have to focus on parallel, and in parallel I will be focusing on orthographic and multi-view orthographic, right? So I will be focusing on orthographic and multi-view orthographic. Apart from that, also we will be covering the part of axonometric, of isometric type, that will be in the last module. But you must know the concept of parallel, orthographic, and the multi-view, so that we can cover the part of projection of points, lines, and the solids. So I will be focusing on the parallel type, in which I will be focusing on orthographic, or you can say multi-view orthographic projection. But you must know at least the names of these types of projection. If someone asks you, at least you can give the names of these other types of projection, right? Okay, coming to the now parallel projection. So as the name indicate, parallel. So parallel means, already I have told you the classification is based on the line of sight or the projectors. So the parallel means when the projectors are parallel to each other, right? So when the projectors or the line of sights are parallel to each other, that is said to be parallel projection. So this is my object now. This is my object, and this is the observer who is viewing that, or he is seeing that object. So as you can see here, all the projectors are parallel to each other. So the image which is appearing on the screen is looking like this. So this is the image which is appearing on the screen. So what is going to happen here if this observer is shifting from this position to this position? If my observer is shifting to this position now and he's looking from here, the same object, so again you will be getting the same image on the screen. So what is happening here? What is the key point here? So your observer is assumed to be situated at infinite distance from the object. So your observer can be at any distance, and if the projectors are parallel to each other, you are going to obtain the same image, right? So we are going to obtain the same image on the plane of projection. So that is called the parallel projection. So basically, the projectors should be parallel. Projectors should be parallel to each other in the parallel projection. Okay. Now, in the parallel projections, I have told you that I am going to focus on orthographic. So now, what is orthographic? Now, ortho means, this is very important. Ortho, the term which is called perpendicular, right? This is perpendicular, and we all know what is the projection. So if I just combine this term orthographic projections, so now the line of sight, is going to be parallel to each other, line of sight are going to be parallel to each other, but they are falling perpendicular, to the plane, right? So the line of sight would be parallel to each other and they are falling perpendicular to the plane or the perpendicular to the object, right? So the image now which is going to be appeared on the screen or the plane, that will be its orthographic projection. So the key word is perpendicular to the plane. So all the projectors should be perpendicular to the plane. This is the key word in the orthographic. Ortho means perpendicular. When you see any object, the ray of sight or the projector should fall perpendicular to the plane. And obviously they are parallel to each other because this is the classification of parallel projection. So the projectors will be parallel and normal or perpendicular to the plane of projection, right? So as you can understand from this image, this is clearly you can understand the concept of orthographic from here. This is my object. You can just correlate this object by means of your mobile. Suppose this is your mobile. It's standing like this. Mobile is resting like this. So when you see this mobile from this position, so as I have told you, orthographic, the projectors should fall perpendicular, right? So the projectors are falling perpendicular to the plane. So this you can see here, these are the projectors and these are falling perpendicular to the plane, right? So the image, by enclosing all these 4 points, so when I enclose this all the 4 points, or if I join this 4 points, the image which I am obtaining on the plane is a rectangle. The image which I am obtaining on the plane is a rectangle. So this is the concept of orthographic. So your observer should be placed in such a manner. That the projectors should fall perpendicular on that object. Right? So same. Now if I see from here, so you'll be getting this image. So if I see from the top, the same object, if I see from the top, again I will be getting some image here, right? So this is also called the orthographic, because again the observer is looking from the top and the rays are falling perpendicular like this. Rays are falling parallel and perpendicular to the plane. If I add a plane like this, if I add a plane here like this, so again if I add a plane here like this, along with this plane I am adding one more plane. Again there are the names of this plane that I will be discussing afterwards. So when you see from here, now observer is shifted to at this position. Now again the rays are parallel and falling perpendicular on the plane. So again you will be getting one image here, right? So again that is also called the orthographic projection. So that is also the orthographic projection. So orthographic projection means, again you can understand from here, this is again an image. When the observer is looking from here, and the projectors are falling perpendicular to the plane, and the image which is obtained is looking like this. That is 2D image. So this is the orthographic projection. So this is the concept of orthographic. When you see any object, the condition is only one, and that should be the projector should fall perpendicular on the plane. Projectors should fall perpendicular on the plane, right? So this is the orthographic projection. Now coming to the multi-view. Now what is the need of the multi-view? Coming back to this drawing. So here I will be explaining the need, what is the need of the multi-view. Multi-view is a part of orthographic. Both, if you say both are, you can use in a similar manner, orthographic projection or multi-view orthographic projection. See, now if I say this is my length of the mobile, this is my height of, right, and this is my width of the mobile, or you can say depth of the mobile. So when you see this mobile from this position, so you will be getting this image by means of orthographic. So I will be obtaining this view by means of orthographic. So now what are the dimensions which are represented on this view? So dimensions are length can be seen, right? So length can be seen and the height can be seen from this 2D, because 2D is going to give you only the two-dimensional parameters. So length can be visible and the height can be visible, but the depth or the width is not visible from this single view. From this single view, depth and the depth is not visible. So it is required to obtain more than one views. If you want to specify, if you want to obtain the complete description of your object, from geometrical point of view, the dimensional point of view, if you want the complete specification of your object, so one view is not sufficient. One view is not going to give you the entire dimension of your object. So it is required to draw more than one views. It is required to draw more than one views if you want the entire complete description of your object, right? So that is called multi-view orthographic projection. That is called multi-view orthographic projections, right? So if you want more than if you want the entire dimensional parameters, you will be going for multi-view orthographic projections. So the concept is same. You are seeing the object, projectors are coming parallel and they are falling perpendicular to the plane. Now apart from the single view, you are going for multi-view. So what will be the multi-views? So multi-views will be named as, now this is very important. This is my object now. So the multi-view will be named as, if you see from here, so this is called as the front observer. This is named as front observer. This is very important. Please listen it carefully. And if you have missed out, please go back and again clear the concept. But this is very important. So this is the front observer. When this front observer is seeing the object from this position, so again the projectors are falling perpendicular on this plane. So the image which is obtained is like this. So this is my image, or you can say this is my view, which is obtained from the front. This is my view which is obtained from the front. So this is called front view. This is f dot v is written here, so that is represented as front view. This is called the front view. As the front observer is seeing the object, so the view which is obtained, that is called front view. Okay, top. Now the observer is shifted to the top position. So this is my top observer. Now he is looking the same object. Now object location has not been changed. It's not required to change the location of object. Object is fixed on the same place. So when the top observer is looking the object, so the image or the view is appearing like this. Image is appearing like this. So the view which is obtained, that is called top view. So this is called top view. T dot V is representing the top view. So when you see the object from the top, the view is referred as top view. Now side, there is one more view, side view. So when you see the object from the side, again the view which is obtained, that is represented as side view. And all these three views, front view, top view and the side view, they are located at some plane. They are located at some plane, and that the plane is also the fixed on which plane the front view is going to be plotted, on which plane the top view is going to be plotted, that is also fixed. So that I will be discussing afterwards, but here you have to know, you have to make a concept that orthographic, and if you go for multi-drawing, so in multi-drawing that consists of more than one view. So that will be front view, that will be side view, and that can also be sorry, the front view, top view, that also can be the side view, right? So as you can see, observer is shifted so as to obtain the different views. So this is called multi-view orthographic projection. When you are going for more than one view, top view, front view and the side view, that is called multi-view orthographic projection. So mainly you have to focus on the front view and the top view part. Side view, you must know the side view. You must know the concept of side view, but we will not be using in our upcoming topics like projection of points on the lines and the plane. But you must know the concept of side view also. That also I will be discussing in a short manner. Now coming to the you can now refer the views in term of plane. Now I will be coming to the plane part. Now again, this is your mobile. Coming back to the same example of your mobile. Suppose this is your mobile. You are seeing from the front. As I have told you, when you see from the front, the view will be the front view, right? So when you see from the front, the image which is going to appear on this plane, that is the front view, and the plane which is on which the front view is located. So as you can see, a VP is written here. So VP is called vertical plane. So the plane on which the front view is going to be located, so that is called the vertical plane. So this is my vertical plane. Vertical plane means it should be straight. That should be y-axis plane. So that is the vertical plane, right? Vertical plane like this. So the front view is going to be appearing on the vertical plane. So VP is vertical plane. So please, again, this is very important. I am going to repeat this VP term in the entire projection. So you have to be very clear. This VP means vertical plane. That is straight. The vertical. If you see the vertical wall in your home, in your house, the vertical wall that can be considered as the VP. That is the vertical plane. When you see from the top, for the same object, when you see from the top, and the view which is obtained on a plane, that view is called top view, and that plane on which the top view is obtained, that is called HP. So now what will be the HP word? HP can be will be referred as horizontal plane. So HP is horizontal plane. HP is horizontal plane. So VP is the vertical plane and the HP is the horizontal plane. Horizontal plane will be the x-axis plane like this. So this is my vertical plane and this will be my horizontal plane like this. Okay. So the top view is obtained on the horizontal plane. Now side view. Again, the side view, for side view we have to add one more plane, and that plane is referred as PP. PP means this is profile plane. So PP is referred as profile plane. So side view is obtained on the profile plane. Side view is obtained on the profile plane, that is PP. So now coming to the plane part, so there are three planes. As you can see here, there are three planes in the orthographic. The first is VP, the second is the HP, and the third is PP. So the vertical plane where the front view is obtained, horizontal plane where the top view is obtained, and the profile plane where you can plot the side view. So you must keep in mind the views and the plane on which the views are obtained. Again, I am repeating, front view is obtained on the vertical plane, top view is obtained on the horizontal plane, and the side view is obtained on the profile plane. Although we are not going to plot the side view in our upcoming topics, but you must know the side view is also the view which is obtained on the profile plane. But we will be focusing on the vertical plane and the horizontal plane. Okay, so this is all about the multi-view orthographic projection. Now again, what are the things that you should keep in your mind in orthographic? The first is view. Already I have told you, you have to keep in mind the views: front view, top view, and the side view. And the standard views are front view and top view, which we are going to use these views, and we are going to project these views for our object in upcoming topics, right? Second is the plane of projections. So already I have discussed plane of projection. There are two. The first is HP and VP. These are the principal planes. So these are called as principal planes: horizontal plane and the vertical principal planes. So horizontal plane and the vertical plane are called the principal planes. Apart from that, there is one more plane, as we have seen, that is called profile plane. If you want to locate the side view, you will be adding one more plane, that is called profile plane. But the principal planes are horizontal plane and the vertical plane. Now the projections on the VP, that is called front view. So this also we have seen. So in the VP, we are obtaining the front view, which is also named as elevation of the object. This is also named as elevation of the object. And on the HP, we are obtaining the top view, that is also called the plan. So if you are using the word elevation and the plan For the front view and top view, that is also correct, right? So you should be familiar with this word also, elevation and the plan. So you have to keep in mind these terms. So the total number of the keywords which we have used till now, if I just just to make you recall, like we have started with the observer, right? Observer is seeing the object, so the object is also very important. Then the projectors, the rays are coming from the eyes of the observer, that are called projectors, right? And the image which is called the view, right? They are front view, top view, side view for the multi view, and the image which is going to appear on the screen, that is called plane of projection. So plane can be horizontal plane, and the one. Now you can correlate all these terms. Now you can correlate all these terms. If I again correlate all these terms by means of this image or this example, so now you can easily understand what is projection, what is orthographic projection, what is HP, what is VP, and what are the different views, right? This is front view observer, this is the front view lying on the lying on the VP, so this is my VP. This is the top view observer, this is the top view lying on HP, this is the side view observer, and lying on the PP, right? So this is the concept of orthographic projections for multi-view. Okay. Now this is we have seen the different views, that is front view, top view, and the side view. But how to locate that views, how to orient that views in the orthographic, that is also very important. See, if I ask you to draw the front view of your mobile, so top view and the side view of your mobile, so it's not like you have drawn the front view, this is my front view, this is my top view, and this is my side view, right? So this is not the technique, or this is not the method that you are going to represent the different views on a sheet of paper, or you can say this is not the technique to represent the orthographic on a sheet of paper. Again, there are some methods, there are some techniques, you can say, by means of which you have to make the proper order, or you can say the proper sequence, how the three views are going to be located, how these three views are going to be located, right? So as I have told you that we will be focusing on front and top. Be clear about the front and top, and side view also I will be explaining in the short, but you must know the orientation of the side view, but the front and top, that is very much important, right? So for that, how the views are going to be located, for that it is very important to know where is our object, where is the location of our object. As I have told you, there is one vertical plane, that should be like this, there is one horizontal plane that should be like this, there is one vertical plane that is like this, and there is one horizontal plane that should be like this, right? So as you can see here, if this is my vertical plane VP, if this is my horizontal plane HP, so there are some quadrants are appearing here. Quadrants means this will be the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant. With respect to HP and VP, there are the four quadrants which are appearing. So this will be my third quadrant, and this should be my fourth quadrant. So as we all have gone through the maths also, if this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, so this is the first quadrant, second, third, and fourth. So similarly, if I correlate in the orthographic, so this is my vertical plane, this is my horizontal plane. So you can see there are four quadrants appearing in the orthographic also. Now here the word quadrant I will not be using, because that is not the correct word in the drawing, quadrant, but I will be using some other word that is angle. So you can see here, so this is my horizontal plane, as this is my horizontal plane, this is my horizontal plane, and this is my vertical plane, and this is my vertical plane. I think you all can imagine how these two planes are placed. So vertical plane and the plane which bisect the horizontal plane, vertical and the bisect the horizontal plane, like this. Okay, so there are four quadrants appearing here. This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. So I have told you how the views are going to be placed. That depends on the quadrant. Where is your object? My object is in first quadrant, or my object is in second quadrant, my object is in third, my object is in fourth. So that are going to decide where are my views, how I'm going to place my views. So that depends on the location of object. The object can be in any quadrant. It can be on the first, second, third, and fourth. Okay. Now, how to define these quadrants? So again, this is just a pictorial representation of the quadrant. So this is my VP, this is my HP, and this is very important term here, XY. So XY is the intersection of two plane. So again, keep in mind this XY, because on the basis of this XY only we are going to plot our front view, top view, and the side view. On the basis of this XY only we are going to locate, we are going to place our front view, top view, and side view. Okay. So there are four quadrants: first, second, third, and fourth. Okay. So now if you define, if I go for definition of this four quadrant, so how I'm going to define is, see, this is just a representation by means of lines. The VP, if you see from here, this VP is going to be represented by means of a line, and HP is going to be represented by means of line. So this is just a representation only. Okay, this is my first quadrant, first, third, and fourth. So how I'm going to define is, see, on the basis of HP, I'm going to use two words. My object can be either above HP, my object can be either above HP, or it can be below HP. So on the basis of the HP, I can only say that my object is above HP or it is below HP. So please try to understand, if this is my HP, so object can be above, it can be below. But on the basis of VP, because VP is standing, on the basis of the VP, I can again use the two words, object can be on this side or it can be on this side, right? So this is not above and below. This you can say left and right, But again, in orthographic, the term which is used is, on the basis of VP, my object can be here on this region. This is called in front. This is called in front of VP. In front of VP. You can say this is the right one, right region, and this is called the behind VP, or you can say the left one. The left region from the VP, that is the behind, and the right is the in front. So with respect to HP, object is above, below, but with respect to VP, the object is in front and the behind. Now, if you define the first quadrant, second quadrant, and the third and fourth, you can easily define it. So the first quadrant means it is above HP. This is above HP, and in front of VP. Second quadrant means this is above HP, but that is behind the VP. Third quadrant means this is below HP and behind the VP, and the fourth quadrant means below HP and again in front of VP. So you can define the four quadrants also. First quadrant above HP, in front of VP. Second quadrant above HP, behind VP. Third quadrant below HP, behind VP. Fourth quadrant below HP, in front of VP. So in this manner you can define your quadrants, or you can say the angles: first angle, second angle, third angle, and the fourth angle. Now coming to the point, so object can be in any angle. Object can be here, object can be here, object can be here, and object can be here. Okay, so I will be focusing on the first angle and the third angle, because in design or in the drawing, the angles which are preferred, that is only the first or the third. That means your object can be in the first angle or it can be in the third angle. Second and fourth angle are not used for design purpose. Your object cannot be in the second and the fourth angle. There is some reason, because the reason is simply, I will not be going the deep, but when I will be explaining the next topic, that is projection of point, then at that moment I will be showing you why this is done, why second and fourth angle are not used. But the reason is, in both this second and fourth angle, the views are going to be collapsed, views are going to be merged, right? So in second and fourth are not used, but in first and the third, the views are going to be separated by means of this XY. The front view, top view, along with the side view are going to be separated, right? So that is the reason that first angle and the third angle is preferred for the design. Now one more thing that is very important here, that is rotation of plane. Now rotation of plane means, as you can see here, this is the plane, this is my VP. If I talk about the first angle, this is my VP and this is my HP, horizontal plane, and they are at 90 degree. They are at 90 degree with the reference XY. They are at 90 degree. But as we are drawing is concerned, we are drawing on a single plane. We are drawing on a sheet that is a single plane. So what is required is to rotate one plane. We have to rotate one plane so as to convert these two planes which are at 90 degree into a straight, that is single plane, so that we can easily draw in our drawing sheet. So there is one term which is referred as a rotation of plane. So you have to keep in mind which plane is going to be rotated and what will be the direction of the rotation. So it is it is fixed that what we have to rotate is HP. Always the horizontal plane is going to rotate clockwise 90 degree. Horizontal plane is going to rotate clockwise 90 degree so as to convert the two plane into a single plane. So always it's a rule, please keep in mind this rule, the HP is going to rotate always. HP is going to rotate always at 90 degree clockwise just to convert that two plane into a single plane, right? So when rotated with respect to this reference axis, the HP is when rotating like this, that is with respect to this XY reference axis. So this is the rule of converting this two plane into a single plane. Now coming to the first angle. Now as I have told you that it is very important to place our views. Where will be my front view, where will be my top view, and where will be my side view. Although we are not going to plot the side view, but we must know if we are plotting the side view for any object, so where will be that position. Okay, so that we are going to see now in the first angle. So first angle means, as we have seen that first angle means my object is here. My object is here. This is above HP, this is above HP, and this is in front of VP. So this is the first angle. Now please recall, where are the views situated? On which plane the views were situated? On the VP there was front view, on the HP there was top view, and the side view was placed on the profile plane, that is PP, right? Now what is going to happen in the first angle? See here. Now this is my first angle and this is my object. This is my first angle, this is my HP, this is my VP, and this is the profile plane. This is just for making you understand how the views are going to be placed. Just understand the concept, how the planes are going to be rotated, and where front view is going to be obtained, where top view is going to be obtained, and where the side view is going to be obtained in the first angle with respect to XY, with respect to the reference axis. So this is HP, this is VP, this is profile plane, and this is XY, right? So this is my object. Just imagine and just you have to just think and visualize, this is my object, right? So when you see observer is seeing from here, so where will be my front view? Front view will be on the VP, right? So front view will be on the VP, that already we have seen, the front view is lying on the VP. When you see from the top, where will be my top view? My top view will be on the HP. When you see from the side, so where will be my side view? Side view will be on the PP. This is my side view. See, the front view is on VP, that is confirmed. Already we have seen that. Top view is in HP, that is also we have seen, and the profile plane, the side view will be on the profile plane. Now, what is the rule? Rule is simple. HP is going to rotate. HP is going to rotate at what angle? That should be 90 degree. We are going to convert this planes into a single sheet. See, so HP rotation. See, the direction of HP is like this for rotating, because clockwise 90 degree. So what is going to happen? You can see here. Front view is going to be located above XY. This is my XY. Just try to understand, this is my XY and this was my top view. So top view is located below XY and the front view has moved above XY, right? So because the VP is not going to change, VP is fixed. So the front view is fixed, that is above XY only. Top view after rotating, that is located below xy. Now where will my profile plane? Now profile plane, see the direction of rotation of the profile plane. Here is my side view. So side views again is going to rotate again because this is like this. This is like this, so you have to turn like this. You have to rotate so as to make the single sheet. So when the side view plane, profile plane is rotated like this, so as you can see here, now which side view is located here? Which side view we have seen for this object? If this is my object, we are seeing from here, right? So this is the this is the left side view. We are seeing the object from the left. So this is the left side view. So left side view is appearing on this plane. This is left side view. LSV means left side view. So when you see this object from the left, so the side view is called left side view. So when you rotate this profile plane like this, just to convert into a single plane, so what is going to happen? Left side view is going to be on the right of the front view. You can see this is right. This is right on the right of the front view. Right of the front view, right? So finally, what we are going to obtain, which view and front view, top view, and the side view, which views are going to be placed in which position? See, now front view is above xy. Front view was above xy. Just correlate. Go back and just correlate. This is the final. This is the final which we have to keep in mind. This is the final location of the view. Front view is above xy. Good. Top view is below xy. As you can see, front view and top view are on the vertical projectors. They are matching on the vertical lines. They are on the line of the vertical projectors. Okay, fine. And where is my left side view? Left side view is lying on the right side of the front view. This is the right side of the front view. This is the right side of the front view. Again, they are lying on the same locus, horizontal line. They are lying on the same horizontal line. So this is the location of the view with respect to first angle. You have to keep in mind when you are dealing with the first angle, with reference to xy, front view should be above, top view should be below xy on the same projector of front view, and the left side view will be on the right side. Left side view will be on the right side of the front view. Left side view will be on the right side. Now, if you want to locate the right side view, if you want to see the right side view from here for this object, now the profile plane will be here. Profile plane should be here. So this will be opening like this. So right side view will be on the left side of the front view. Keep in mind, again I am repeating, this is very important. In the first angle, front view is above xy, top view is below xy. The left side view, name is left side view is on the right side of the front view, right side of the front view. So this is the position of the views in the first angle. Again I am repeating, front view is above xy, top view is below xy, and the left side view is on the right of the front view, right? So if we are dealing with only the front view and top view for any object, so we will be focusing on this part only, because front view is above, top view is below. But if we are dealing with the side view also for object, so we have to take care of this also. The left side view will be on the right of the front view. So this is the first technique of locating the view in the first angle. Similarly, when your object is in, again, this is a good example. I think this will be making you more clear. This is my object locating in the first angle, right? This is my vertical plane, this is my horizontal plane, and this is my profile plane. So when you see the object from the front, so this is my front view, which is obtained on the vertical plane. This is very important. You can please visualize it. This is the reason I have gone through the presentation mode, so that you can easily visualize the angles and the object views. This is the front view obtaining on the VP. This is the top view obtaining on the HP. This is the side view, left side view, which is obtaining on the PP, profile plane. Now, how the views are going to place? Now, this is the final orthographic projection. How object is placed? Front view above XY. This is XY, right? This is XY. Front view is above XY. Top view is below XY, and the left side view is on the right of the front view. So this is the final orthographic projection of this object, which we have to plot. An engineer is going to read this orthographic. read this orthographic, and he on by reading only, by views only, he will be knowing that your object is lying on the first angle, because the front view is above, top view is below, and the left side is on the right of the front view. So this is located in the first angle, right? So this is the way how you're going to see your object and locate the views by means of first angle. So I hope everyone is now clear where will be my front view in the first angle, where will be my top view, and where will be the side view for the first angle. Again, I repeat, front view is above xy, top view is below xy, and the left side view on the right. So right side view on the left. So this is the first angle, right? Now coming to the, this is also example of first angle. Now coming to the third angle projections. Now object is going to locate here. Object is going to be resting at this position. So this is my third angle. Now this is my HP. This is my HP. This is my VP, right? Object is here. Observer is looking from here, and for the top, observer is looking from the here. Right? Object is resting here. Okay. Now where will be the location of the different views when located in the third angle? So I think this will be more clear. This drawing you can see and you can understand. So object is resting here. It's in the third angle, right? So when you see the top, so the top view will be on the HP. As we know, the top view is on HP, right? And the front view will be on VP. So now HP is going to rotate. We are going to obtain the top view here on the HP. This is my HP and this is my VP, right? So I'm going to obtain the HP and the top view, and the front view will be on the VP. So now I'm not going to show you the rotation part. As we all know, HP is going to rotate. Now this part is going to rotate. So front view, which is obtaining on the VP, that is fixed. So front view is already below. If this is my X and this is my Y, so you can see the front view is already below the XY. So front view will be below the XY. Now top view, because HP is going to rotate 90 degrees, so top view is going to shift on the top. Now one thing is very important here, that is, please keep in mind. So when you see the object from the side, when you see the, because object is below this HP. So if you add the profile plane like this, and when you see the object from the by means of profile plane, so what is going to happen? The conclusion, I am just sharing with the conclusion. Right side view will be on the right of the front view in the third angle. So keep in mind, third angle is going to be reverse of the first angle. What was in the first angle? In the first angle was front view was here, top view was below, and the side view, that is left side view, was on the right of the front view. With respect to XY, this was my first angle, but third angle you can see is just reverse of the first angle. See what happens, the top view is above. Now top view has become on the top of the XY, front view has gone bottom of the XY, and side view, right side view will be on the right of the front view. It should be below, and that should be on the right of the front view. So please, you can just rotate if you want. Just you can just imagine, and you can rotate by keeping your object on the third angle, and just you can see how the HP is going to rotate. But the conclusion you should be keep in your mind is, third angle, the front view will be below, top view will be above, and the right side view will be on the right side. So I'm not focusing on the third angle much, because again in the next classes I will be focusing on the first angle only. We are going to keep our object in the first angle, and then we are going to project our views. So I don't want to create any confusion regarding the third angle, how the object is going to rotate. But you must know, if someone asks, but you must know where are the views situated in the third angle. So third angle is the reverse of the first angle, but you have to concentrate on the first angle, because in the first angle the front view is above. Again I'm showing you the part, the front view is above, top view is below, and the left side view will be on the right side. You have to concentrate on the first angle because we are going to use this, but you must know the third angle is the reverse of first angle. The front view will be below, top view will be above, and the right side will be on the right of the front view. Okay, fine. So this is the example. Now you will be understanding with the example. This is will clear you the concept of first angle and third angle. This is my object. See, if this is my object, so the projection of this object in the first angle, see, front view, when you see from here, this is my front view. Front view is above. Front view is above, right? If this is my, if I have taken this my XY reference, if this is my XY reference, so front view is above. When you see from the top, this is top view is below. Right side view is on the left. Right side view is on the left. So this is my first angle. So this is my first angle. So you can identify from the view also in which is this which angle you are working. Front view is above, top view is below, and the right side is on the left of the front view. This is the first angle. Now coming back to here, this is again same object. Seeing from the front, now front view is below. See, front view has here, top view has become here, and right side view is on the right of the front view. Please try to observe this both angles. Front view has shifted like this. See, in the first angle front view was above, and the third angle front view is below, and the top view has moved. In the first angle top view was below, and the third the top view has moved above. Right side view, which was on the left of the front view in the first angle, but in the third angle it is appearing on the right of the front. So this is the basic difference between the first angle and the third angle, how the views are placed, how the views are located. So we have to work either in the first angle or in the third angle. So I already have told you that we will be focusing on this part. Our front view will be above and the top view will be below, because we are going to deal with the first angle in the upcoming lectures. So I will be preparing the videos accordingly, the first angle only. So you have to concentrate on the first angle, that front view will be above, top view will be below. And for some object, if you are going for side view for orthographic, so the right side view will be on the left, or you can say left side view will be on the right of the front. But you also know this concept of third angle also. Both are reverse to each other. Okay. Now, these are the difference between the first angle and the third angle. Just what I have told you and the last, the description of the first and the third angle. So this you can go through the difference. Like the first, in the first angle, the object is located in the first quadrant, and the third angle, the object is located in the third quadrant. Object is lying between the observer and the plane. This is very important. In the first angle, if this is my first angle, if this is my object and this is my observer, right, and this is my plane, this is my VP. So in the first angle, this object is located between the observer and the plane. This is my object in between the observer and the plane. But in third angle, because the planes are assumed to be transparent, these planes are assumed to be transparent, so observer is here, so he is not required to move the observer to this point, right? So in the third angle, the plane is coming between the observer and the object. So plane is appearing in between the observer and the object in the third angle, right? Also, we have seen the front view is above XY line in the first angle, and the front view is below in the third angle. Top view is below in the first angle, and top view is above in the third angle. Left side view is obtained on the right of the front view. That was on the first angle. It's all we have seen, but left is on the left for the third angle. And this is also one thing very important you should take care. This is the symbol of the first angle, and this is the symbol of the third angle. And this symbol is drawn by means of a frustum of cone. So when you observe a frustum of cone, if you just keep a frustum of cone and just observe the front view and top view in the first angle as well as in the third angle, so you will be able to know the symbol, right? So it is very important that you should know the symbol of the first angle and third angle. So this is the symbol of the first angle. Keep in mind the symbol, at least how it has been made. It has been made by means of frustum of cone only. So keep in mind this symbol, the first angle, and this is for third angle. So this can be asked in your Viva also, that what is the symbol of first angle and the third angle. Also in some competitive or MCQ questions, the symbol can be given to it. It can be asked for which angle this symbol is referred, so you can state that. So these are some difference, so you can go through. This is very important. So one thing I have added here is the notations. because these are we are going to use in our upcoming lectures and the upcoming topics of orthographic. So this is very important how we are going to represent the front view and the top view, right? So only I will be discussing for the point and the line only. So if my object is point, if my object is point, if the name of the point is capital A, if I have given the name for the point, if this is my point, you have given the name capital A, so its front view will be represented by A dash, and the top view will be represented by small a, its side view will be represented by A double dash. So whenever if you see a point, if you want to represent the front view of a point, so you have to use dash, small a dash. So the projections are always represented by means of small letters. So front view is represented by small a dash and top view is represented by small a without dash. This is for point. And if I talk about the line, so line is having two endpoints. So if the name of the line is AB, capital A, capital B, so its front view will be represented by A dash B dash and top view will be represented by AB. So if I am dealing with the side view, that should be A double dash and B double dash. So these are the notations which I am going to use, that we are going to use. This is standard we are going to use in our upcoming topics of orthographic. So I will be using dash. I will be using dash for the front view, and without dash small letters, that will be for top view. If we are dealing with the side view, we will be using double dash. So these are the notations which we are going to follow. Now just I will be concluding now what we have gone through in this video, in this lecture, that we have seen the projections. It's an image which converts the 3D object into 2D, and the image are called as views. Now I am just correlating each and everything. Views are front view, top view, it can be side view also, where they are located in a plane. Front view is on the vertical plane, top view is on the horizontal plane, side view is on the profile plane. How these views are going to be located, oriented? By means of first angle or third angle. First angle means front view above, top view below, right? Left side view will be on the right of the front view. This is first angle. Third angle means front view below, top view above, left side will be on the left of the side view, right? So this is all about the theory of projections. In the next video, I will be starting the projection of points. So please go through this video so that it will be easy for me to make you understand the next upcoming topics of drawing. So thank you.